How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's workshop. Boys, it's windy and chilly here today at the lake. I hope you can hear me okay. I apologize for the wind noise. Anyways, I got another little job here that I'm going to try and start. I'd like to get finished before the snow flies. And it's my temporary shelter. What will I show you? Okay, this temporary shelter here, it's 10 feet deep, 20 feet long. So this end you see is all blown out. That was a zippered door that you would unzip and then open up. But poor shelter, it's old, eh? I bet you this shelter is, well, it's 8 years old for sure. The reason I don't get rid of it is because the tubing for the frame is heavy gauge tubing. Like, it's really good stuff. It's not like the tubing that would be in this Shelter Logic. This is not a Shelter Logic shelter. I forget who made this one, but the tubing is heavy duty stuff compared to the Shelter Logic. So I keep this, plus it worked out good. I set it up here behind the shop and I can store my attachments in it, in mowers and things like that. And I find when you store your attachments under cover, even if it's just a roof like this, they seem to stand up a whole lot better. I don't know if that's just me or what, but anyway, that's what I think. But if you look at my shelter here on top, on the roof was leaking really bad, the original roof on the shelter. But the roof is still there. But I bought a big tarp one time at Princess Auto, and like I say, the shelter is 20 feet long, so the tarp is at least, I think it's 24 feet long. It might be 20 feet wide, 20 by 24 maybe, that's what it was. So I have it just down over the back a little bit, but I have it set up here so that I can drop it down over the front if I need to, and it would come about 3/4 of the way down. But I always just roll it up, and it's always been just left rolled up. And like I say, this was just a couple of sliding panels that zippered in the middle, and this was the doorway. So my thought here is I'm going to take those out and try to make some sort of enclosure here. And the way I'm planning on doing that is I hope to repurpose some of this lattice down here. That's lattice work that I took off of the woodshed when I was redoing the woodshed and turning it into a lumber shed. Well, we got a bit of a break in the weather here, so I'm going to start now by removing what's left of these doors. They were just held in the top here with just little eyelets that ran in this track. At the end of that track, there's just a grommet shaped something like that, just to hold those hooks in the channel. So there's that one. So I have to say, I got my money's worth out of this door, eh? Alright. So what I was thinking is I would repurpose this bar that goes across here that holds the doors. I'm going to cut a piece of wood to go from one post to the other, and then I think what I'll do when I put that up, I'll just screw the bar to it. It's 118 inches from outside post to outside post, and I want to screw to the post. So I'm going to go cut a piece of wood 118 inches long and see what fits. So hey, I'm out in the lumber shed. Hey, looking for wood, right? I love this, working out good. I need a piece 118 inches long, and the 120 inches is 10 feet. So I've got some 10-foot sticks in here, I know that. So let's just see what we have. I've got some veranda flooring here that's 10 feet long. I've got a piece of 1x6 that's 10 feet long, and I've got a piece of, this looks like maybe 1x4, 10 feet long. This, by the way, it's recycling time again at Grampie's workshop. This come off the boathouse, so that's 10 feet long. We're going to check it on the story pole. It's boss right on. I think it's about maybe a 10 feet 1 inch. So I cut my piece to 118 and then ripped it in half. Well, actually I ripped it in half and then cut it to 118. I'm going to put this on the outside like that, and that, and then I'm going to put this piece up the same level as this, and then I can screw through the wood into this flat bar. That's just metal, I can screw right into that. And what I'm going to use to secure all this is, I have, you've probably seen those around, they're 1.25 long, these ones I'm using, and they're self-tapping, or they're self-drilling and then self-tapping. They're meant for sheet metal, but I'm going to use them here. And just to get started, I'm just going to put a clamp on it right here. These clamps are some handy, boys. They're like third hands when you need them the most. Put this clamp on here. I'm going to drill a hole here first in the wood, just so that when I put the screw in, it won't split. Okay, so I have a nut driver on my impact wrench with this impact screw. I'm going to try and put that in, see if I can drill a hole in the shelter post. There we go. And just like that, we have that installed. There we go. So that's the top piece put on. My idea now is hang a piece of lattice on this. I did a lot of fussing, but I ended up cutting another piece of scrap 2 inches wide. That's what this top piece is. I screwed it into the top piece, made it more or less level with this post, because there's no sense making it level because the whole shelter's not level. And then I toe-nailed it into the bottom plastic pieces I had. Okay, so I had some more scrap, of course. This whole project's made out of scrap. So, and what I did, I was going to cut this off and just put a lap joint at the top, but I thought if I were to put a rabbet joint, then that would help support the center post so that it wouldn't sag. So that's what I did. I cut that, drilled a couple of pilot holes, got a couple of pilot holes down here for toenails. So we're going to set this in here at 4 feet. Right. Lattice, eh? It's like a noodle. This piece of lattice is actually a little bit wider than 4 feet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on the right hand side, and then I'm going to take this piece out again, move it over. So what I want to do is set this right on the corner, like that. I got my second piece here. Let's see how it fits. Yeah. All right, here's the piece in the middle. I was going to cut this to width to fit like tight between those two, but I thought, why not overlap it? Wouldn't be so bad, didn't have to do a lot of fancy cutting on it. So I'll just overlap them a little bit there and line up the lath. It wobbles around a lot, but you know, I think it's going to be all right. I might just put a piece across the middle just to prevent that, because it bows a little bit in the middle. All right, so I found some scrap, of course, scrap, what else? So I'm going to set them in there, and they'll be just cross braces to help support the lattice. And then I'll go back with my 1-inch screws, just put a couple in here. I think I'll put 3 in, just because 3 is a nice round number. Alright, so there's the inside. Doesn't look too shabby. A lot better than that old door, I must say. I think that's going to do the trick. Yes, boss. So what do you think of the lattice? I'm glad I got that end wall replaced. That flappy, scrapped up, shredded door, that was just not doing it anymore. Thanks for watching. I sure hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a great week too. And we'll talk next.